Story 3. When my grandmother went to boarding school in the 50s and 60s. I come from a reservation in South Dakota, and my family loves telling me stories from their childhood, so I know all kinds of stories that my grandma told me. She has a lot of good and sometimes strange stories that have happened to her throughout her life. This is one of the strange stories she told me when she was younger, and she had to go to boarding school with her sister. This was in another town called Rosebud. I'm not sure if the school is still there anymore. When she got there, the nuns at the school were really abusive and liked to mess with my grandma and sister. One night, her and her sister were sleeping with their other peers in a room lined with beds. It was past midnight, and my grandma was awoken by a noise coming from across the room. She couldn't see anything because it was so dark in the room. So she woke up her sister, and they both laid in their beds in fear of what might happen. Then they started to hear a noise, like some sort of animal's paws scratching and scraping across the floor as it walked towards the beds. Both my grandma and her sister were in shock because there were no dogs or any animal allowed in the building. My grandma thought one of the nuns were just messing around and trying to scare them again. Then, my grandma felt her bed spring lift in the air, and soon whatever was in the room with them was under their bed. My grandma never told me what happened after that. She looked disturbed by even telling the story to me. Another strange incident happened while they stayed at the school was when all of them were playing together downstairs. My grandma was dared to open the door to the attic that they were not supposed to open. Once my grandma opened the door, they all heard a thumping and then saw a pair of legs bolting down the attic step. Oh my God. She told me there was no upper body, just a pair of legs running at her. They all started to scream and took off running away from the door and never went near it again. After hearing about the story she told me about that place, I don't think I'm ever going to allow my children near that school. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, no, that's actually a horror movie.
Just legs.
Yeah. Why do all the people in the 50s and 60s get all the fun?
Because they weren't on their damn phones.
They were paying attention. Their minds were more open.
Yeah. There's like ghosts in our corner being like, woo, and I'm like, darling, who am?
It's like half the horror movies nowadays is like making fun of.
It's like a horror movie on Zoom because we know that's all you're paying attention to.
Yeah, it's just an app that overtakes your phone and it kills you slowly one by one because that's all you look at is a damn phone.
These goddamn phones.
Yeah, but that would be terrifying. That is actually our new idea for our next horror movie.
Yeah.
Trademarked copyright. Sorry, Redditor.
Patent pending. They're going to be in a town called...
Rosebud.
Yeah.
That's a cute town name.
That's a cute town name.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to, what did they say, South Dakota or North Dakota? South Dakota. Have you gone to South Dakota?
I have. Yeah.
I have also gone to South. Mm-hmm. That's where the
they have Mount Rushmore, and then they have Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse is much more.
Crazy Horse is
crazy.
Awesome.
It's so cool.
I'm like, how
Skip
are you?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Go to Crazy Horse.
I remember
way cooler.
when we went, because we went to Mount Rushmore and a Crazy Horse. We stayed at like a cute little town, which was very haunted.
Ooh.
Like the
Did it have a little pie shop there?
I was 9 years old. Don't remember. Mm-hmm. But I remember the one thing, we did do a little like cookout, like a chuck wagon cookout.
Cute.
Yeah, but we stayed at this little like inn, and it was like me and my sister and my like two brothers were like in a room together, and we were like in bunk beds, and I think it was an old school.
Ooh,
was where we stayed at. I'm pretty sure it was an old school.
Yeah.
And like, because they were like, you'll hear kids and stuff throughout the night, like it's like that haunted that you'll like hear like kids and babies and stuff. And I, being a kid, I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, but we were laying in bed, like all of us, and we all woke up around the same time to a baby crying.
Miss, I've never had a paranormal experience. Drops 2 in one episode.
But they can, I mean, it's like not like for sure, you know? Like
it could just be a baby.
It could just be a baby. Or there was not really any other family staying in that little place with us.
But it could be a haunting.
Yeah, but it was really cool. Well, that would be really scary. I hate,
yeah. Just this whole scenario, awful, traumatizing. On top of that, it's haunted.
Yeah. I would not want to be, again, I keep going back. I'm like, that's a horror movie. Being dropped off at a school where it's like a Catholic private residential school where they're just nuns taking care of everyone. Yeah. And haunted shit starts happening. That's the plot of like that is 50 horror movies. Yeah.
Let that shit out.
Yeah. No. And I'm like, do ghosts have a lifespan? Like, do they only live? Because I feel like after like the 70s, like it kind of like you don't hear a lot of haunting stories, you know?
No, we need like we don't need, but like where are the modern ghosts at? I want to see the Gen Z ghosts.
You won't see them because they're always on their damn phone.
Yeah. Just like, was that? It smells like cotton candy.
It smells like menthol. Mango?
What is that?
Is that a jewel? Yeah, that's like, we're never gonna see a Gen Z ghost because Gen Z ghosts don't care enough about anything.
They're not gonna stick around to haunt.
As a Gen Z,
like, let me the fuck out of here. You think I want to stay here and haunt this?
Why would I be here?
My business finished. Why am I gonna stay around?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I spent too much time here already.
Yeah,
I didn't ask.
I was trying to get out sooner.
Actually, I was just like praying, waiting on the world, you know, kind of thing. Yep. I really thought that like 25 I'd be out, but here I am.
Here we are.
Yeah,
the horrors persist.
Finally, so a ghost. Why would I still be here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna whoop, 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 away.
I'm going to whatever afterlife there is. If that's a void, then that's where I'm going.
If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?